The little boy who comes to play here loves me. I don't pretend to understand it. It is in the nature of a gift. I run, he says as he drags me by the hem of my skirt into the kitchen, where we turn the dishwasher off, on. He makes a nest of the bags from the recycle bin and curls the rest there on the floor. He frowns when I say, no, no, as he tries to insert the yellow screwdriver into the outlet. I insist, owie. He breaks the bowl. I smile and say, it's okay, Jack. Through a lifetime, I've learned the importance of bowls. There is no ownership between us. We are just here together. I would lay down my life for this child. That's a little boy who's going to learn to play. Okay. There is one more love poem. It's for friendship. And it's in honor of the teenage friendship of a couple of girls. You know, girls can be terrible to each other when they're teenagers, but they can also be intensely loyal. And this girl was so loyal. It's called Best Friends, for Diane, who waited 35 years to mention that she was afraid. My father from behind the couch sights along the barrel of his gun. He's drunk again. There may be menace in his present stance. Perchance my mother will have hid the bullets in the customary place. Diane, dear friend, stands calmly in the line of fire. She knows what families are. Like all teens, we do conspire. I'm careful not to mention that her brother is a peeping Tom, that once I saw his eyes above the bathroom sill while I stood dressing for the dance. The neighbors claim that he's unstable, but she and I just sigh and think of when we will be able soon to leave this sorry bird behind. On a sudden, dear old Dad has fixed his sights anew on Mom, where she stands ironing in the hall. He dreams of caribou and elk, of model ducks that fall from lofty heights into his open, ready hand. Home is the hunter, and we are all his prey. I'll just read. Are you getting tired?
No.
I'll read a few that have a public element to them, a protest element. With all this time that I have, I do some weird things. I marched not too long ago with Code Pink in New York, and it was a wonderful experience, but weird. The tourists to New York really thought of us as part of the entertainment. You know, the attitude was, oh goody, some of those crazies are out protesting the war. You know, no one was tempted to get out and protest with us or anything of that sort. This one's called Before 9/11. Here is another time when I was happy. I'm sitting on the patio of a restaurant in Battery Park on a warm August night, having a fine meal with my two fine sons and their two fine ladies, and a breeze has come up over the shimmery water, and I'm staring at the Statue of Liberty, who also looks perfectly happy, and my sons aren't mad at me, and they aren't mad at each other, and it seems that no one anywhere is mad at anyone anymore. Oh, say, can you see?
Oh, great.
This one, okay, I told you I'd tell you about this little town out of Illinois. In the 20s, they built radium dial clock sampling factories there, and the women licked their brushes to make the points fine before they died. So those women are all long dead and mostly buried in concrete and lead in the cemetery. The town is radioactive, in other words. It's this beautiful little town where the first Lincoln-Douglas debates were. And it is radioactive. There are 30 rads in the drinking water. They have sent the Superfund people, and it's a little better now that you can still take a Geiger counter to your old house to see if it's, you know, hot and so forth. So I wanted to go back and tell you about a very happy moment, pre-lapsarian, before I knew about what was happening to my little town. Griffith Court. To get there, you have to go home to the junction of the Fox and the Illinois, where radioactive water churns under the new bridge. And then a mile east, past the Township High School and the worn little houses in rows like broken teeth, the slump of shy old elms and the sickly flowering locust trees. To the edge of the clay beds, abandoned brick line, aslop with ragged ponds and woods, cattail and prickly pear. Perched on the slope of the beds is a tiny house, where once a great tree stood shading the porch, shedding its leaves in full fall bunches. On this spot you were happy once, raking up the leaves and shaping them into floor plans for a little house, straight lines with spaces left for doors and windows. You were alone in the sun and shade, making, forming, singing song, thinking of nothing, just there, raking the leaves. Okay, this is one called Prayer for the Broken. Find where that initial, here's the initial list. I want to be sure I'm right on track. Yes, I am. Okay, Prayer for the Broken. I don't want to complain, but why did you make so many? Children destined in the egg to crack and run. Women, men caught in the mad machinery, unable to locate the blinking switch. Nature begins to claw before we're born and never stops to consider. Really, it isn't nice. If I were you, I'd be embarrassed. You could have made a kinder world with toothpicks. So angry. Read a couple of poems. Keeping close track of the time here. A couple of early poems. This one, do you know the Giacomo Balla poem, 1912, called Dynamism of a Dog on a Leash? It's in the gallery in Buffalo. It's a woman, it's a futurist poem, so it represents movement into the future and from the past. A woman, her dog, and you can see where they are going, where they are, and where they've been. It's very interesting. The gallery had a contest. Another nice thing Buffalo does is, this wonderful art gallery had a poetry contest so people could write about their art objects and so forth. Dynamism of the Dog on a Leash. Dog, I am the lady walking beside you, the outlines of our 6 legs lost in a pattern of black and blue lace. The chain that connects us is a gauze cord in the pewter air. I often have this strange feeling. We are not well anchored in the present. We carry with us too much baggage and premonition. We hardly know whether we're coming or going.